Possibilities. I speak truth to power without fear. I'm in front of City Hall in Baltimore, Maryland, at a rally demanding justice for Freddie Gray.
We walk hand in hand.
What's going on today?
Everything is good, weather's great. We're all here for a good cause, so everything's good.
So can you tell me why you're here?
Well, I'm here to support the movement, man. We all know how police brutality is changing changing America as we see it. It's becoming a place where we walk in fear if you're a black man, if you're poor. But particularly our black brothers, are under attack by police brutality. So we're here to just say enough is enough.
And how do you think we'll finally end police brutality?
What was that?
How will we end police brutality?
Honestly, I think it has to start from within. It starts with things such as this, pretty much just shutting the city down. We have to hit them in their pockets. We have to force them to change because it has to start from the inside out. And voting. We got people like Marilyn Mosbian who are, for us, and they have our backing. So we have that type of connection. We can support one another. It's a lot of different ways. It starts in our communities as well, mentoring, giving back to our communities, helping one another out. The same good energy that we've had the past few days that the media hasn't been showing is what we need to shift the atmosphere. And we just need to hold people accountable, and on all levels, especially the police force needs to be held accountable, the communities need to be held accountable, and we always need to just hold one another accountable and just change the atmosphere.
So what did you think about the riots when you heard the news of what happened here?
I understand them. Definitely understand it. I grew up in Baltimore. Most black men have had some type of negative encounter with the police in Baltimore, and I definitely understood it. I didn't condone it. I don't condone the looting and the burning, but I do understand it, and particularly I'm really proud of our youth, for standing up and doing what they did. I think they did something that many people have been afraid to do. And that's actually, fight back against the police, and it just it really triggered the movement. I feel like they were unjustly targeted when they left school, and I don't think those kids were out to do anything bad. I feel like just the police presence and riot gear, and then stopping them from getting home, just forced them to react. And then I think they reacted appropriately to some extent. But I also think that really it's the police's fault because they did what they did. They kind of rioted and they kind of caused this to happen.
So what has been your experience with the police?
It's just something as simple as just disrespect. If it's because I'm driving a certain car, getting pulled over for absolutely no reason. As they walk into the car, their hands are already on their gun just because, all right, yeah, I might be driving for instance, a Buick LeSabre. I know that's a car that, a lot of people with bad perceptions drive in the city. So they see you driving the same thing, and they walk up, they're already aggressive, and it's just sickening. They talk to you with disrespect. You can be the most polite person in the world, and it's just always, they're here, you're here. You're always the aggressor just based off of your skin color, and it's unfair.
Worship those that just want to be down for the cause because it's our time. We are happy. We don't need division. We're one family. We're one Baltimore. And we have a message for you today. Justice, my leader and teacher, the Honorable Louis Farrakhan, teaches us the God of justice never sleeps.
Hi, so I'm doing a video. I just want to ask you a couple of questions, if you don't mind. So can you all tell me why you came out today?
So we came out to show our support. I'm born and raised in Baltimore and actually grew up a few blocks from Mondawmin Mall. So I just needed to come out and support and show my pride in Baltimore and that we want change. We don't just want to rally, a protest, a riot, a march. We really want change in the system.
So how do you bring about that change? What do you think?
Well, we need our legislators to make change. So, I mean, it does start with us voting certain people in the office to make those changes. And so that's a start. Economic development, housing, all those things that have been talked about all this week.
Well, thanks a lot. Why did you come?
Because, you know, I've been born and raised in Baltimore City myself, and I have a little brother, you know, and something happened to him, I wouldn't know what I would do. And, you know, that's somebody's family. Everybody out there, this is our family. We need to support each other and be there for each other no matter what. So that's why I came out today.
So what did you think about the riots and everything that happened here?
I think the riots weren't pretty, but they were necessary. We needed to catch everybody's attention. And when we were being peaceful, we were being quiet, we weren't getting anybody's attention. And it took a little chaos to get everybody's attention, but everybody knows now. So it was a good outcome.
And so are you optimistic about how the case is going to turn out?
I'm trying to be as optimistic as I can. You know, we've had other cases where people were charged but still let off free, and I'm just trying to stay really optimistic.
Never thought we would see in our own lifetime, but we're standing together, Protestant, Catholic, Jew, Muslim, Hindu, Buddhist, and atheists are standing together. Would you do me a favor? Would you open up your mouth and celebrate one Baltimore together? I'm going to share in just one moment. But I brought us together because we've come together from different theologies, different doctrines. Pastor Angel, would you please come and join us? Come from different theologies. But how many of you all over this plaza believe that prayer works? I said, how many of you believe prayer works? I want you right where you are. Would you stretch your right hand towards City Hall?
No, why are you out here today?
Real reason why we came out was to network and to connect with other organizations that are on the ground making a difference in our community in order to affect change. We didn't come out here for sensationalism. We didn't come out here to necessarily meet people. We came out here to connect, to network, so that we can go back and empower our community, knowing other organizations that are doing reading programs, other organizations that are doing youth development programs, organizations that are in the community, right? We want to make sure that we connect with them so that we're all not doing the same thing, but we're all impacting change.
So what organization are you with?
I'm with an organization called Black Professional Men. I'm the Community Relations Chair for BPM, and BPM is not officially out here today, but I do represent them from that perspective.
And what is your organization about? What kind of things do you do?
Sure. Black Professional Men is an organization that's been around for over 20 years. Our current president is Teddy Coates, and we are all about, in the community, changing and impacting the community. So we have youth programs, we have reading programs, we have programs where men go out to schools as part of our financial literacy program. That program is called Banking on Our Future, which we're actually going to be implementing again this week. We just finished up a program with the Deltas and Embody, which was called a Man Up Symposium. And circumstances that are going on in our community. We empower our young people. We give them an opportunity to express themselves, tell us what's going on, what they think about this most recent unfortunate tragedy that happened with Freddie Gray. So we're actively involved in the community, and we just didn't get started. We've been around for over 20 years.
So how do you think we can address this problem of police brutality? What's the answer to the problem?
So in short, there's no one answer to this problem. This issue that we have culminates from economic problems, financial problems, educational gaps, right? So there's no one issue that started this uprising. What I'm excited about, though, is the fact that our young people, our babies, galvanized, organized themselves, and decided to take a stand.
So what did you think about those riots when you heard about it?
So first of all, I don't call it a riot. It wasn't a riot. That's the media's.
Explain to us, how would you define it?
Yeah, that's the media's term, right? That's why words have power. It was actually an uprising. what we saw was what I call the crock pot effect. It's where the food in the crock pot is done and it's simmering over. It's the volcanic eruption of a young people. They got to a point when no one was listening. Their voices were not being heard. There comes a time in life, as Malcolm would say, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. So our young people, although I would not have done it the way they did it, we don't condone violence, but at the same time, they got our attention, didn't they? From what our young people were able to do, we have the National Guard, we have a curfew, and we have state police, who would normally not be in the city of Baltimore, in Baltimore. Why? Because our young people had enough.
Is that we have an issue of economic inequity. There is no reason in the world African Americans are 64% of the population, but we have no millionaires to show for it. There's got to be a greater call for greater black business and minority business in Baltimore.